Hello guys and welcome to another podcast because we did one of these a while ago and everybody actually liked it, so fair enough. So we decided to do another one. Today, as you've seen by the title, we're doing about preserved real life locomotives and which is our favourites, etc. ones we want to go and see, and just talking about them in a little bit of history. I have a book here. It's a little bit out of date, but because it's 2020, but they haven't done one since. So this is basically, there may be some locos in here that say they've been overhauled or the whatever, and they're actually operational again. But I don't know. So basically, I'm going to start by doing our top 5 favourite locomotives in preservation, and we're going to start with Ashford.
Actually, mine's changed to 6.
You got 6, so yeah. You got giant. So we'll go from bottom to top.
I always do it that way.
Okay.
So my 6th favourite is Jimmy the Ginty. And I know there are quite a number preserved, but the one I mean is the one on the Severn Valley Railway. He's in Highley Engine House at the moment.
Okay. What number is
He
that?
is 47383.
47383, which is where I can't keep up in it. 47383. There we go. It's on the Severn Valley Railway.
Yes.
That one there. There will be pictures on screen for you to see because I can't show the book at you. It says it's currently on static display as of this 2020 book, but I believe it might be running again.
He's not running again yet, as far as I'm aware, but we are hoping he will be out because he doesn't use much coal, and so he's a good runner. He's really useful. Yeah,
they're hoping that it's going to be overhauled again. However, no confirmed date has been said yet. It was built at the Vulcan Foundry, which is where my dad used to work, and is near where I do the train spotting videos. So do you know when I go to Winnick?
Oh yeah.
That's where the Vulcan Foundry was.
Oh right, okay.
So a little bit of cool information for you guys. There's a lot of locos built there.
Yes.
A lot of Ginties, not all about 5 specifically. There's a lot of diesels were built there. My dad worked there till 2003 when it shut. And the GT3 was built there, the gas turbine. And yeah, really interesting place. But obviously it's not there now. There's an Aldi and some houses on the Vulcan Foundry now.
Times change, don't they?
Yeah, unfortunately that's one. So that's what's happened. But yeah, anyway. What is your next locomotive?
Also on the Severn Valley Railway, 7819 Hinton Manor.
Hinton Manor?
Yes.
I have a model of Hinton Manor in the cupboard. I might move over.
And I've got the new Dapol version, which I've brought along.
Black one.
You've got the green one, haven't you?
I've got the oldie. This is a mainline model. This is going to go well.
Can you reach there, mister?
So this is the mainline locomotive. That is Hinton Manor. Very nice locomotive indeed. Sure to run that one in the live stream later, which will be out before this video because this takes a bit of editing, so it is what it is. So,
she is in the engine house as well at Highley.
Yes, I believe it used to be in the MacArthur Glen Designer Outlet in Swindon, but they've swapped the locos now. Well, they swapped them ages ago. But I've been there. Ditcheat Manor's now in the MacArthur Glen Designer Outlet. And I think book a bit on the wall. I don't know. And Hinton is there. So they've now took that back to Severn Valley. And they're hoping it will be back on the rails soon. It was in the designer outlet from 2008 up until 2018 when they took it back to Severn Valley.
And I sent you a little video clip from the DVD I bought in as a contribution in order to get her out.
Yes, because we need it back on the rails. So it'd be nice to see that one return. What is your next locomotive?
This one, well, also Great Western, but this one is a main line one. She's under overhaul at the moment, as I've been told by one of the other YouTubers. I didn't think she would come into my lineup of favourite engines, but she has, because I watched so many videos of her. I fell in love with her and had to get the train set. I brought the model along. Her name is Rude Ashton Hall, and she's based at Birmingham Tyseley.
Yes, with a lot of other Great Western locos. I'm trying to find the holes in here.
And she's with a manor-sized tender.
What? Rude Ashton Hall.
There she is.
Right. Built Swindon, November 1929. Location tied to whatever it is. Locomotive Works. It's currently awaiting overhaul. However, it most likely will be overhauled very soon. I'm not actually in shop. That's not good.
And I have a piece of trivia.
Trivia.
Yes.
Let's go.
You're probably...
This is going to be the section of the podcast called Trivia with Kelly Ashford. Let's go.
Only a bit. Well, she was actually built as 4983 Albert Hall.
Yes.
But when she was first brought into preservation, her owner gave her the wrong name and number. So actually she has two identities, shall we say?
Quite a lot of locos have multiple identities. Galberta Leone is one of them.
Yeah, well, let's not go that far.
Well, that's had more identities than anything. So.
Yes, of course. But Rude Ashton Hall is actually Albert Hall, but I know her as Rude Ashton Hall, so whichever name you choose, it's the same, so whatever.
It does actually say it in this book as well. The engine was believed to be number 4983 Albert Hall, but during restoration it was discovered to be number 4965, which is what it is. The two engines having swapped identities in 1962.
Ah, so that's what it was. Yeah.
So.
Well, I guess they couldn't quite.
Yeah. It does happen. It does happen when you've got so many locomotives in the 50s and 60s. It's quite easy to when they're in bits put the wrong nameplate back. Right, we had a little bit of a jump cut because Kelly Ashford had some food, and also because of other reasons. But it's raining now, and we are on to your next favourite locomotive, which I believe is Jubilee 45690 Leander.
Yes.
You do like Leander?
Yes, I do.
Kelly Ashford has brought her model before, which is in the LOS Crimson Lake. Very nice locomotive. We'll be returning at some point because we're going to run through all the locos again. The guest run sessions. Currently, Leander is operational. I'm sure I saw it recently. No, I saw Baham recently. But it did recently do the Great Britain XV Rail Tour, and is based at Canforth. And yeah, it's just a nice locomotive. It's currently in BR lined black though, but I think it looks good in BR lined black, to be fair.
Yeah, but you see, I'm still a little bit worried in case enthusiasts might accidentally mistake her for a Black 5.
Yeah, well, you never know.
But then again, she is a bit bigger than the Black 5, so it's still easy to tell them apart.
Yeah. So, very nice locomotive. We do apologise about the rain. This is Britain.
Rain, go away, come again another day.
So your next favourite locomotive
you're going Great Western here.
Is Foxcote Manor.
Yes.
7822.
Yes.
Which I have also got a model of, and you obviously do as well. In fact, I will do this. I will get mine out for the viewers. It is, I believe, not in this livery in reality.
No, she's in black. But it's hoping that she will return. She will be put back in Brunswick Green.
There you go. BR lined green, very nice indeed. One of 3 manors I have in the collection. That is a Backman manor, and then my other manor is Dinmore Manor, who is the Dapol locomotive in BR lined black.
And I'm waiting for the Dapol Foxcote manor to come.
Yes, you are. You'll have 2 Dapol ones then, won't you?
Yeah.
Yes. So Foxcote Manor is actually not that old for a locomotive. It's built in 1950 under BR, so it actually never featured in the Great Western liveries, which is unusual. And it's based currently, well, when this book was written in 2020, as of 2020, it was based at the West Somerset Railway, but I assume it's been around a couple of railways by now. It's currently operational in BR Unlined Black. Very nice locomotive, big 460, I believe a 5 MT rating.
Yes.
So quite a powerful locomotive, not ridiculously powerful, but also not weak. So nice middle ground.
Actually, there's problems with her on the West Somerset Railway. She hasn't run for quite a time now because there's something wrong with her. She's not well. She's not running at the moment. And unfortunately, she's having to stay on the West Somerset Railway. She'll never come back to Llangollen again. But there is hope to see her on the Cambrian Heritage Railway in Oswestry.
Yes.
So I can learn to drive her.
Yes.
Which is my dream.
It's actually on loan to the West Somerset Railway, so realistically the Llangollen Railway actually do, I believe, still... Oh no, Foxcote Manor Society own it, but I believe that it's based in Llangollen, so...
Not anymore.
But
Not
it
anymore.
was on loan, but probably because it's got issues, they've had to keep it at West Somerset.
No, it's all changed. It's all changed.
Right.
It's all changed. She is stuck on the West Somerset Railway now. There's no scope to ever run on Llangollen Railway metals again.
Unless they could do as potentially as like a guest for...
Yes, but it costs so much money
Yeah.
to get her back there, and the powers that be are saying the volunteers have got to pay a ridiculous amount of money to
Well,
run
the
her
Llangollen
there.
Railway's in financial issues at the minute, so they can't afford to bring it back, so most likely, so...
But they are running a J94 at the moment.
Yes.
Not this one, another
No.
one in black.
Yes, so...
And another tank engine, that one's a resident, 7754, should be operational again by June this year,
Yeah,
if we're lucky.
right.
So sorry to tell that sad tale.
Yeah, well, as long as the locomotive's still in preservation, that's the main thing.
Yes.
So, we have the last one of yours, which is...
always comes top of the heap with me, that City of Truro.
Yes, let me find it. It's at the very beginning, because it's pre-grouping. City of Truro, I've actually seen. I do have a model of City of Truro as well.
Took a lot of persuasion from me.
Very expensive locomotive, I will say. Very expensive, but it's one of the flagships of the collection, and it's gorgeous. This is with the Indian red frames. This is the proper City Truro livery. It's currently got black frames and doesn't look as good. I have seen it in person at the Museum of Great Western Railway in Swindon.
I've seen her in the National Railway Museum a long time
That
ago.
was a very long time ago. It's been based at Swindon for quite a while now. It sadly retired again in 2013, so it hasn't ran since 2013. It's currently 3717 is the number with black frames, but everybody loves 3440 with the red, but it's unlikely they're going to change it, to be honest. Built 1903 in Swindon. Location is the Steam Museum of the Great Western Railway. Owner is the NRM, which most of the locos in that museum are owned by the National Rail Museum.
Like Green Arrow and Scotty.
Yes, but the 28XX that is in that museum is also, I believe, owned by the National Rail Museum.
Oh, good.
And the Dean Goods and the 94XX tank as well. So, yeah. Well, in fact, I think all of the locos are, because I think it's set up by them. So,
although City of Truro does come top of the list for me, there's a bit of a doo-doo at this stage, because although I love her more than Foxcote Manor, she and Foxcote Manor actually share the #1 spot in my heart.
yeah.
So basically, although Foxcote Manor is second on the list, they're both my #1 favourites.
Yeah, so they're
if
joint
that makes
favourites.
sense.
That's why you've got 6 locos, not 5, because they're your joint first favourites. But yeah, it's more difficult for me because I've never thought of this before, so I've got to make this up on the spot now. I know what my #1 is, and I've never actually seen the loco that's my #1. But
just do it off the top of your head.
so I will go through the book of locomotives to find what I would probably call my #5. I don't know. I mean, there's a couple of locos that I absolutely adore, but they're in model form as well as
Real
reality.
life. Yeah, I know
So
what you mean.
that's helped the reason I love them so much.
Like a certain span can named Blackmore Vale, for instance?
Possibly. In fact, I'm probably going to have two on this list because there's one that I absolutely adore that's now sadly been retired for overhaul. I love those as well. I've never seen them.
Oh yeah, the 7F.
Yeah, I want to go and see one.
Like
of those.
this one
Yeah,
here.
there's one just off camera. The rain is pouring. I love that as well.
Which one? Oh yeah, the Midland Compound.
But yeah, there's a lot of logos in there. Mine are not 100% confirmed, but this is what I would go for if I was to pick some. Because I'm not that big on real railways as I am model railways, so I'm not that.
Oh, don't worry about that.
So, personally, I'd probably go for. My bottom one is probably the crab that's in the National Rail Museum.
Yeah, and you've got one in model
I have a crab.
form.
I have the one that's in the National Rail Museum in model form. Number
Don't
13,000.
let me touch it because I don't want to get nipped.
I love the crab. Absolutely adore that.
Yeah, nip.
Where's the crab? Oh, it's in the shed.
Hey, come on! Can't you see it peeking there?
I forgot to put it in there with the coronation. So I love the crab. I think they're cool, and it's actually not pre-grouping. It's just outside. So it's 1926,
Oh, yeah, sure.
so it's still really old locomotive. In the LMS Crimson Lake, gorgeous loco. I just love the way they look. They look unusual and they're cool, and I do like those quite a lot. My other, probably next, would be a 7F, either of them because they look identical. Either 53808 or 53809. I've never seen either of them. However, I have 89, which is 53809 in model form, and I want to go and see the 7Fs. In fact, I want 88 in model form. I want the Per, but I want 88 in blue. But they're currently at the West Somerset Railway. I believe. Oh no, one's at North Norfolk, according to this book, as of this book's writing.
I remember reading somewhere that one of them used to be based at Butterley.
May well have been, but they've been all over the place because they do loads of different.
Yeah, this is the trouble when they get loaned out so often.
It says they were built in 1925.
Which was about 2 years after the Great Western Castle came out.
Isn't that not pre-grouping?
Well, no, it's not, but I'm just on a bit of a
Well,
trivia note.
I thought the 7S were pre-grouping, but you learn something every day. Okay. 89 was in Barry Scrapyard, actually, until both of them were. 1974, 88, 1975 for 89. It's quite late, well, reasonably late, 75.
That's about the same time that Foxcote Manor was rescued.
Yeah, probably rescued at very similar times. But I do like them. 280 heavy freight loco, but they're actually a nice, beautiful locomotive for a
Yeah, well,
freight locomotive.
not my favourite, but hey, I don't detest them. They're useful. Yeah. I don't really love them as such. I like them.
I've just been
like and love.
And I've always wanted a 7F in model form. It's always been that loco that I've always wanted, and they've been far too expensive. And I've paid way more than it's worth for the one I've got. But I don't regret it, because I never would have been able to get one. And I wanted the Per in S&DJR liveries, so I've been able to get 89 in S&DJR black. That was the first step. I've just now got to get 88 in S&DJR blue. If anybody watches this and you have one and you're willing to sell it, I will buy it off you. But that is the dream locomotive for this collection, is to have the blue 88 in model form. But
okay.
that is.
Sure.
Next is another. It's actually no. We're going back to Southern. We're going to Southern. Do you know what's quite funny? I'm working out there isn't going to be any LNER logos in this. I'm going to have to think of a favourite LNER logo.
Well, I think, come to think of it, I think I have actually got a favourite LNER engine in model form.
We're trying. While you tell the viewers your favourite LNER locomotive.
This is not to do with my top favourite 6, by the way.
Okay.
This is just a little aside. I'm not sure if it's in that book, but I have really come to love the J72 tank engine
Oh, I like a J72 as well.
in northeastern apple green livery.
The thing is, this isn't like locos. I'm not saying I don't like LNR. I like more LNR locos than probably any other railway.
Whereas I love more GWR ones.
But there's not. I can't think of one that I'd put. The only one I put in my top favourites is the N2. Because I love an N2.
That one there, right?
Yes, it's in here. I love an N2, and specifically this one because this one is the one that is preserved. 1744. Gorgeous locomotive. I do like an N2. I will say. I do.
Well,
and I want to see it in reality.
I also said if I were to have a favourite LNER tender engine, I think she would be Flying Scotsman.
Yeah, that's another nice locomotive as well. I like Mayflower as well.
Oh yeah, the B1, isn't she?
Very nice locomotive. I like a lot of them. But anyway, we're going to. I was going to put the Adams radial tank in. But that's more like a favourite in model form rather than in reality. I do love them in reality, but like it's more of a favourite in model form.
I know what you mean.
So I'm going to whiz to the Great Western because you'll know what locomotive this is. And I like these more than I should but I think they're stunning and I absolutely adore them. It doesn't matter what specific member it is, but it is the
28XX, I know.
Bear with the 28XX, which I've got in model form. This is a scrapped locomotive, unfortunately, but look at that! How beautiful is that for a freight logo? It's stunning. I absolutely adore them. They're pre-grouping as well, so 1905 for that one, but some of them were built earlier than that. I think they're absolutely gorgeous, and I've actually seen 2818 in person. That's at the the Steam Museum of the Great Western Railway in Swindon, and we've got 2857, which is operational. I think it might have been overhauled now. No, withdrawn, awaiting overhaul now.
Yes.
Or was it 2807? One of them has anyway. And then
it's 2857.
Is it? That's been recently gone, I think. So this book's slightly out of date because it's 2020. So then we've got loads that are all in bits and been dismantled. So and we've got one that's currently under restoration and one that's just a set of frames and has never been done up. And then we've got another one under restoration. So hopefully we'll have a couple more of those soon. But yes, I love those. Probably my favourite Great Western locomotive actually.
Would you say they were your top favourite of all on Great Western status?
Yes.
Okay.
I would actually. I do think so. And finally, we're whizzing to we're whizzing down south.
You don't have to do it a posh voice, you know.
I do because everyone in the south is posh, in my mind. And we are getting a can of Spam.
You mean Spam can?
No, it's a can of Spam. It's the other way around.
Spam can.
And if I can find them. And we're going to. There's a joint top because there's two Spam cans I like.
Like that one there?
Yes. And I think the other one's a Battle of Britain. Yes, to West Country. 34092 City of Wales, who has sadly been recently withdrawn awaiting overhaul, so it's no longer operational, but was operational very recently. City of Wales.
East Lancashire
Railway, which is my local heritage railway. That rain is terrible.
Oh, don't mind that. Let's just keep going.
So it was on the East Lancashire Railway recently. Gorgeous locomotive, and I've seen it in person, and I do want to. That's one of the dream locos to get in model form, but firstly, it's impossible. Secondly, it's very expensive, and I highly doubt that will ever happen. But the Reign Supreme, probably my favourite locomotive in preservation and in model form, is Blackmore Vale.
I had a feeling you'd say that.
The tender's just separate, so. Ta-da! Oh, it's just the tender.
Come on.
I've got it. There we go. Look how beautiful this is. Looks like this in reality as well. It doesn't. It looks a bit rusty actually, but based on the Bluebell Railway, which I've never been to, so I've never seen the locomotive, but I've seen pictures of it, and it is hoped that it is going to be back very soon. So, so it should be running eventually.
Okay.
And when it is, I'm going to go down and see it. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing that when it eventually returns. But that is the main one for me. So
Well, as you know, I don't really do Sutton's TVs,
I know.
but there are.
Terriers, you do like a terrier. I like a terrier. I do like a terrier.
I mean, come on, you can't ignore their cuteness factor.
And they are in improved engine orange, so that's funny.
Well, I call it an ochre colour. What do you call it?
Orange.
Orange?
Because that's basically what it is, yellowy orange. Anyway,
Yeah, okay.
we have a dead quick section now of locomotives that are new builds that you're looking forward to. Because there's quite a lot of new build locomotives that are coming into the world of preserved steam locomotives.
Well, at the moment, I'm leaning towards the two new builds that were under cover on the Flying Gotland Railway, but they've had to be moved since COVID. And I cannot remember. One is the Royal Scot, the Unknown Warrior.
Yes.
I can never
right.
remember. Yeah, I can
Patriot.
never. Yeah,
Patriot.
Patriot. I can never remember where that one's gone.
I believe it's based at the Midland Railway Butterley now.
Oh right, okay.
So I think they've moved it there for final bits and whatnot.
Yeah.
So.
And I know that the other new build, of which class none have been preserved as we speak, Betton Grange has been moved to Tyseley.
Okay, so I think that'll be on the Great Western bit.
Yeah, 6880, the 81st Grange. New build.
81st.
So she's the same shape as the Manor, the
Yes.
same design, only she's a little bit larger.
There's County of Glamorgan as well. That's a new
Yeah,
one.
I read that one was being constructed at Didcot, am I right?
Yeah.
I thought so.
Unless they've moved it for boiler finalisations and whatnot,
well,
but it's still Didcot's build.
Something.
Betton Grange is a regeneration, because it's actually not been built from the ground up necessarily. So
No,
it's used bits of other locos. So
Yeah,
it's a regeneration, but it's the same as Lady Legend, which basically means it's a new build, realistically. That is, I believe, says in here as of 2020, it was at Teasley, and it's under construction. So, yeah, that should be done soon, hopefully, because it looks relatively complete. So that's another one. We do have the P2. I'm looking forward to that being done. I know you don't like a P2, but it's huge and it's going to look sick when it's done. The other one I'm really looking forward to is the Atlantic, which is being done at the Bluebell.
I'm not keen on that one either.
Which is Beachy Head.
Okay.
Which is a set of cliffs in the UK. Then there's, what other ones are? There's loads.
I can't think of any more.
I'll try and find some in here.
The only one, well, the only three I was very familiar with were County of Glamorgan, the Grange,
There's
and
the Clan.
Clan. Oh yeah, but one of them is being built.
Is it Hengist or something?
I don't know. I'm not too familiar on
Standard
that one.
Class 6, because there was none of the clans preserved.
No,
Um,
that's like a standard type engine.
it's a Standard 6, I believe.
Yeah.
Standard 7 being the Britannias.
Yeah.
6P5F is it's known as, which is a 6MT. Hengist 72010. It's the 11th clan to be built, but there was none preserved. But I think that's a long way from being done. That's quite a way off.
Yeah.
We've also got,
there's this one on the
we
Severn
have.
Valley.
We have the new build 3MT, which is quite an interesting one. But I believe there's also a regeneration 2MT, I think.
Well, you got there.
In the LMS
LMS.
bit, because there was I think an IVAT 2 that was saved.
An IVAT 2MT, you're going right past them.
Or was it Standard 2? No, it's a standard 2.
Oh, standard.
There was hardly any of it left when they saved it, so they thought, stuff it, we'll just, yeah, there you go.
Oh, right.
So 78059, when they saved it at the Bluebell, there was no tender with it, and it was in a really bad state, so they thought, right, what we'll do is we'll make a 84 triple X, so 84030 is what they've converted it to, 262 tank, 2MT, none of them obviously being preserved, but they're both mechanically identical, so they just decided to turn it into a tank version authentic to the southern region. So they've turned the tender loco into a tank engine, so there's going to be a new BR standard 2
yeah, sure.
preserved, which is because obviously we've got IVET 2 tanks, but we've not got any BR standard 2 tanks in preservation.
We haven't got any of those.
So it'll be nice to see that. So I think we've got a standard, is it standard 3, the other one?
Yeah, standard 3 I think.
Standard 3 and a standard 2,
yeah.
262 tanks coming into preservation, which is nice, being new builds, and one regeneration and one a new build, so that's nice. There's loads of others. There's also locos that I'm hoping will come back into sort of running. So, is there any like sort of currently under overhaul locomotives that you want to see back chuffing up and down the country?
Me.
Any specifically? Because there's probably quite a few. There is for me.
Gee, I've never really thought about this part before. Well, I know that 7754 should be back in traffic by June this year.
Is that a Pioneer?
That's a Pioneer tank engine, 57XX.
Yeah.
And funds are still being raised to get the standard 4 tank engine back into traffic, 80072.
Yeah.
Yeah. We all want to see that
Yeah.
one because she's a useful tank engine.
Yeah.
And the 38XX.
Yeah. 2884, yeah.
Yeah. Well, this one is 3802.
Yeah.
She's okay, it's just that she's got to be put back together and then reunited with the tender. And I remember when she was first coming back into traffic, there was a bit of a problem because she's been preserved with the wrong size tender, the wrong weight tender, see.
Yeah.
So basically she was supposed to be preserved with this size tender.
So the small tender that's on the 28XX.
Yeah. But I think what must have happened was, when she was constructed, that size tender had run out of supply or something, I don't know.
Which number is it? 3802?
38, here she is.
Operational returns to... Oh yeah, tender wheel profiles. So it's under repair. So it's operational but under repair. So the loco's still going, but the tender's under repair. So that's why it's not actually running properly yet. So it's actually, I believe it's still in its boiler ticket, or was, when they took it off service for repairs.
She's still in boiler ticket, she can still run.
Yeah, but obviously it just needs the right tender. So that's
But she's
cool.
stuck with the 4,000 gallon one, unfortunately.
There's a couple I want to see. Obviously, I want to see Blackmore Vale back. I want to see the Adams Radial tank back, because that's not run for a very long time. I want to see the Midland Compound make a return, because that's currently at Barrow Hill Roundhouse.
Oh, right, okay.
I'd like to see that back. I'd like to see the East Lancashire Railways crab return, because they've got a crab under overhaul. The red one, 13065.
I think...
I'm not 100% sure. 13,000 is never going to run again.
But how many crabs are preserved?
I think 3.
3.
I'm going to say 3.
Okay.
2 reds, 1 black.
Oh, right, okay.
No, 2. Because 1 is a set of frames, so that doesn't count. So there's 2.
Oh, right, okay.
13,000, which is at the National Rail Museum in static display, so that's not going to run again. And 13065, which is at the East Lancashire Railway. When it was last ran, it was in LMS Crimson Lake.
Yeah.
I believe it will probably come back, but it was withdrawn in 2018 with boiler problems. It's having a new boiler fitted, etc. So hopefully that makes a return soon. I want City of Wales to come back, but that's obviously just been withdrawn for overhaul, so it's going to be a while till that's done. We've also had to... East Central Railway are in serious, well, almost in serious trouble, but they're not in the best situation with locomotives, because they had to recently withdraw 8097 with some, I think, boiler issues. So that's going to be returning already. They have confirmed that's going to be back, I think, in June. I believe I heard June. So that'll be nice. And they're also currently restoring 46428, which is a IVET 2MT, I'm going to say. They look the same, standard IVET, so it doesn't really matter. That's currently under restoration. It's been a long-term project, so that's going to be a very long time until that's done. But I'd like to see that finished. So there's that as well. There's quite a lot of locomotives I'd like to see return that need doing. There is the S&DJR Ginty at Butterley awaiting overhaul. It's actually an S&DJR Prussian Blue, number 23.
Like the one I bought for you?
I think I've got 24. 24. Is it? Yes, I have. So basically it'll look like that. Just less Hornby.
I found that from eBay, on eBay for
I'm
you.
intending on getting 23. In Batman ones, I've got a matching pair then.
When do you think that one will be available?
Oh, a long time off. Because, yeah, I can't afford it. So I'd like to see one of those return. I like S&DJR locomotives, especially the liveries. I'd like to see the one I'd love to see, but it'll never happen, is the Jones Goods Scottish one. You know, the yellow one. I want that. That's going to be my intention to get that as a locomotive this year in the yellow.
Oh, right.
It'll just
in
be
model
sick.
form, you mean?
In model form. I can't obviously go to Scotland and go, can I buy your locomotive from your museum? I don't think that'll happen.
No. Never anytime soon.
It says that the 812 Macintosh, the Caledonian one, is under overhaul. I'd love to see that return, but I'd like to see that go to other railways. I want that to come further, like here, into England.
I think I might
Scotland.
make you jealous, because I had a ride behind that engine on the Severn Valley Railway in 2016.
So it has been down.
Yes.
So.
Only she was double-headed with that ugly flying pig, the IVET 4.
I'd like, in terms of dead quick last section, before we end the video, is there any class of locos either currently preserved but they're all static or they don't like work or whatever, or any class of locomotive that wasn't saved that you would like to see a new build of?
A new build of, for me,
Like you'd like them to, when they announce, because obviously the people who are building the P2 and who built Tornado, the A1 Locomotive Trust, have recently said they're doing the third locomotive, which I think is a V4. So they're doing LNAR stuff. But what would you like to see other than from the V4 onwards? What would you like to see built as well? So anything you'd look at and go, yes, I want to see one of those rebuilt or regeneration, like a regeneration of that or a new build of that, because it would be nice to see one of those in preservation.
I'm sorry, but I can't say any.
Well, I think I've got two that I
Well,
can think of.
the one I do want to see is Betton Grange.
So you like to see that one completed?
Yeah.
So we've got.
And I
all
do
going to
have
get
a
done
woolly hat in contribution to get her
Yeah.
running.
Yeah.
And I think you've seen me wearing it, haven't
soon.
you?
Yeah, I think so. I'd love to see Caledonian single wheeler.
Oh yeah, that
I'd love
one.
to see one of those.
Sam's got one in modern form.
Yes, there is actually one in preservation, but it's not a running locomotive. It's been a static loco for a long time. It's been on display since the 60s, so I believe there's a Dean single as well, a Great Western one.
Yeah.
But I think there's a static one somewhere, but it's not in this book because it's not technically a proper locomotive.
No, it's kind of obscure, shall we say?
Yeah. So I'd love to see one of those. I'd love to see the Highland Jones Goods, one of those, either rebuilt into like a new one or the old one to be put back on the railway.
Sure.
And I think I'd like to. What was the other one that I was thinking of that I've completely forgotten? Oh, the Great Central Railways A5 Pacific tank, which I want in model form, but I'd love to see one of those because we need. The thing is with the main line is.
Hey, you're getting me foot.
The problem with the main line is we've not got enough. We haven't got any tank engines. Realistic. Well, there's not Like, I want to see a tank engine on the main line with loads of coaches
Well,
instead of a tender engine. We need a big, powerful, heavy, either big freight loco like a 42XX. I believe a couple of the old 280 freight Great Western ones used to be mainline certified, or we need to see a big Pacific tank, or an L1. I'd like to see an L1 redone as well, a new L1 made, which would be cool because they're big, powerful, heavy locomotives. So it'd be interesting to see those. But anyway, that will conclude this video. Hope you have enjoyed this podcast. If you have any ideas for anything you'd like us to do, please comment below. We have just been discussing our favourite locomotives and preservation, etc., what we want to see happen in terms of real life locomotives. But that is it from us. We don't want to keep it too long. We have a live stream to do, which is obviously going to be out before this. So thank you all for watching. If you have enjoyed, please subscribe. We will do more and more of stuff like this. Make sure to subscribe to Kelly Ashford. Link in the description below. And until next time, thank you so much for watching, and take care of yourselves, and goodbye!